Hi, I'm John Constantine, and I'm here to exorcise the demons. Whoa. Constantine, released in 2005 and is directed by Francis Lawrence, who made his directorial debut with this film. He's gone on to direct other films like Water for Elephants, Red Sparrow, and the last 3 Hunger Games films. And this film stars Keanu Reeves, Rachel Weisz, Shia LaBeouf, Tilda Swinton, Jimon Hounsou, and Peter Stormare. And welcome to episode 93 of Caleb Watches Movies. Episode 100 is right around the corner, and today we are talking about my favorite character, which, as I explained last time, is almost impossible for me to pick my favorite movie character. I have so many favorite movies that there's no way I can pick my favorite character in either one of them. Because I start thinking about the genre, I start thinking about how I'm feeling at the time when I saw it. There's a lot of variables that go into it. And then differentiating between the movie and the character, it's a complete mess for me. But I can definitely talk to you about my favorite literary character, and that is John Constantine. And you can find John Constantine in the hit Vertigo comic book series Hellblazer. Originally, he was created by Alan Moore in the Swamp Thing comics. I believe how it went, Swamp Thing wanted to swap bodies with John Constantine, that way Swamp Thing could have sex with his girlfriend. That's right, I am not making that up, I'm pretty sure that's how it went. But in typical John Constantine fashion, there were some moments during the act where his consciousness kind of came to the forefront. Okay, but he is a character, a Vertigo character, that I just can't get enough of. He is a super flawed character. Actually, in many instances, he is a complete asshole. But he is an asshole with still good intentions. He's a man always looking out for what's right for himself and for his family. If you're threatening to kill him or the people that he loves, he is willing to do anything to make sure that doesn't happen. And the film, John Constantine, is a loose adaptation of the Garth Ennis storyline Dangerous Habits. And in my opinion, that is one of the best comic book storylines that has ever been written. And I definitely recommend, if you've never read John Constantine Hellblazer before, definitely pick up Volume 5 of Hellblazer. It covers all the Dangerous Habits. Just beautiful writing, beautiful story arcs, and then beautiful twists and turns here and there. I absolutely love it. It's my favorite, and you can tell that there are elements of that story arc somewhere in here. Since he was a boy, John Constantine has been able to walk between both the real world and the world of hell. And he's made it his mission in life to exorcise any demon that comes over onto this plane, to make sure that the balance between heaven and hell remains equal. However, he is dealing with a problem of his own. He has stage 5 lung cancer, and he doesn't have that long to live. And that is the basis of the Dangerous Habits storyline. John Constantine finds out that he has lung cancer and that he's dying. And it really pisses him off because he's been kind of an agent of God helping out fighting all these demons his entire life. Why would God be punishing him with this terrible disease only to be sent down to hell for an eternity of pain? And that's probably the thing I liked most about this film. It really got that kind of fear of death from this lung cancer and the fear of being sent into hell, which is where he's been sending all these demons his entire life. Just think, if you were a cop and you were busting all of these drug dealers and rapists and evildoers, you were sending them into prison, and then all of a sudden you got busted and you went to prison, you're locked in prison with all these people that you put in there. That's scary. But this film, just like in typical John Constantine fashion, he is constantly trying to bargain his way out of that fate. John is a master bargainer. He knows how to cut a deal and to get out of certain situations. There are moments in this film where you can see him pleading with the angel Gabriel, played by Tilda Swinton, who I think is the perfect choice for that role. What an awesome choice. I love that they made the decision to make the angel Gabriel very androgynous. They're not man, they're not woman, they're somewhere in between. And if you're gonna pick someone androgynous, it's definitely Tilda Swinton. Who was that runner-up for my favorite actress, by the way? It's just really hard to find a film that's a Tilda Swinton film. All of her best work is done as a supporting character, and I absolutely love her here. There's a beautiful back and forth between Gabriel and Constantine here, where John Constantine is saying, I've done the Lord's dirty work, I've sent all these people to hell, why don't I get into heaven? And Gabriel says, you're going to die because you've smoked 5 packs of cigarettes a day since you were 13. And you're going to go to hell because you don't believe. Oh man, I believe. No, you know. and there's a difference. Probably my favorite line from this film. If you're ever talking to someone about religion, you have to go from the place of it's a belief, it's not a fact. That's the beautiful thing about religion. You think that these miracles, these miraculous people walked the earth because you believe that that happened. And you believe that when you do die, if you were a good person, you'll be living in paradise for eternity. And that is a beautiful thing to believe in. It's just when you come at me as that's a fact, and if you don't believe in that, then you're definitely going to hell because you don't believe the way that I do. That's a problem. That's happened to me so many times. Because I didn't believe a certain way that someone believed, they told me I was going to hell with a smile on their face. Top-notch Christians right there. All right, now getting the religion part aside, let's just focus on the character and the film. I don't think this film gets enough love that it deserves. I think that this is a good representation of the character John Constantine, and it's kind of a fun, sci-fi-ish religion, kind of murder mystery type thing. The concept design of this film, particularly when they go into hell, I absolutely love. Where it's basically the real world, just it has kind of that distortion when you're looking through a flame. Just the heat of everything makes everything seem wavy. And the demons that are coming out of the cars, they don't have the top of their heads, so their brains are exposed. Just a really interesting and neat choice for a design concept. But I think we should talk about the lead actor that they chose for John Constantine, Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is a cool-ass dude. He's one of those celebrities that I would just love to meet in a bar and just drink beers with him all night long. And I know he puts a lot of love and energy into all of his characters. It's just with this one, I don't think he was the right choice. There are aspects of him that work perfectly for Constantine, but then there are others that I feel are just a complete 180. If you know the history of John Constantine, you know that he comes from Liverpool, Lancaster. So he's British, he typically has blonde hair, he's always wearing like a tan trench coat. But in this film, they cast Keanu Reeves, I think, to capture on that Matrix money that he was making. They just turned it around and made him wearing all black, and it doesn't scream Constantine for me. But in terms of like physical appearance, he does it. He has kind of that gangly type look. His hair was the right length. His face was kind of narrow and pointed. Just Keanu Reeves, to me as an actor, he's very deliberate. In his dialogue, he accents every single word. And every syllable of each word too. Which doesn't come off as natural to me when I hear him speak. Every single word in a line is important. But they're not. There are certain beats in lines. There's a flow to a line. You have throwaway words in lines like uhs and thus and ins. If the line was, I want to talk to you, he would say it something like, I want to talk to you. Dude, come on, you don't have to accent every single word. Really, I wish the actor Matt Ryan was around back then, or at least auditioned for this role, because Matt Ryan, perfect. He is the Constantine. I wish his show Constantine didn't get canceled, but they saved the character and got him into Legends of Tomorrow. But he would have been perfect if the producers didn't decide to make this an American movie as opposed to making a British movie. But, oh well, I think Keanu Reeves did fine. I just think there could have been a better choice. Rachel Weisz is absolutely lovely. There were some times where I think she was being a little melodramatic in scenes, maybe taking this a little too seriously. There weren't a lot of like quips or funny humor in here, which is typically something that you find in a Hellblazer comic. Yes, very serious situations, but Constantine is always there to add just like a little quip jab here and there. And you can tell that they have good chemistry, but if you watch the behind the scenes videos, they talk about how just the atmosphere behind the scenes was just down and dirty and was just depressing. The only time that they were having fun or there was any levity on set was when Tilda Swinton and then Peter Stormare showed up. And you can feel it in the film too. Whenever their characters are on screen, it's a breath of fresh air. Shia LaBeouf is Shia LaBeouf in this movie. I don't think he's ever been anything else. And the storyline of this movie, again, very reminiscent of Dangerous Habits, but they make it its own thing. Which I'm always saying, if you're gonna adapt a storyline, you gotta make it your own. Don't just make a remake. So if you're just gonna do beat for beat what's already written on the page, I just read the comic. So guys, in the end, Constantine, I think is a delightful watch. Definitely underrated. If you haven't seen it in a while, if you've never seen it before because you heard, oh, it wasn't that good, I would say give it a shot. It's an interesting sci-fi murder mystery that has a lot of religious elements in it, and it brings in elements on one of the greatest comic book strips that was ever written. I really wish they would have captured a little bit more John Constantine, though. John Constantine has the ability to have anyone around him or any of his friends killed. Not that he seeks out to have them killed, it's just, if you are associated with John Constantine, more than likely you're gonna die. Probably helping him out achieving his end goal at the expense of you. I would love to see that a little bit more in the film, and I wanted to see just maybe a couple more exorcisms, just fighting off demons a little bit more. I think if they would place this in England and got a British actor to be John Constantine, I think this probably would have been hailed as one of the best comic book movies ever made. This film had a lot of potential, and I don't think it achieved a lot of it. That being said, though, I'm gonna give Constantine 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good.
A lot of potential, but still a fun time. Alright everyone, we are moving right along on our journey to episode 100 and beyond series, and next time we're going to be talking about my favorite documentary, which is very difficult for me because I haven't actually seen a lot of documentary, and I really don't have a favorite. But there is a documentary out there that I've been dying to watch. It's kind of the reason why I'm here and why film criticism and film reviews exist, was because of this guy. That's probably a dead giveaway if you ever watched his show growing up, but they made a documentary about his life, so I'm really interested in giving it a look. So everyone, have you seen Constantine? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before, you stumbled across it because of this video, please comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And please comment below, let me know what your favorite character is, whether that's film or whether that's in books. Please let me know. And when you're done commenting, please like and subscribe to my channel so you know the next time I post my next movie review. So everyone, I will see you next time with my favorite documentary. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.